Hello everyone, welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda. In today's video, we are going to be doing a lilac milk bath set of nails, but we're going to be using foils for our florals in this set. So I really hope you all enjoy watching. Now this set was inspired by this absolutely beautiful color. This is RB23 from the Rubber Color Base range, and it has been my personal favorite since the new color collection launched. I absolutely love it. As you can see, it's got a beautiful milky lilac tone, and last week when I used it on my own nails, it really gave me milk bath memories. I loved that nail trend, so I thought I would give it a go. Now I'm going to come in, I'm working on top of press on nail tips, and I have actually got some rubber color bases underneath these in different shades, so if my nails, each nail looks a little bit different, that is why. But because we're working on top of the press on nail tip, I have already got these applied, so I have already done all of my prep. So I'm coming in and applying one coat of RB23, going in first of all with the bottle brush, and then I'm going to come in with my stripe liner brush just to neaten up around that cuticle and sidewall area. Once you have got this applied, you're going to pop this in to cure. How gorgeous does this color look? I absolutely love it. I was really happy to see a lilac added to the rubber color base range, because we've got lots of pinks, peach, nudes, glitters. A lilac was really missing, so I'm so happy that we now have one. So I've done one coat of this on all of my nails, and then we're going to be embedding the foils or encapsulating the foils in layers of rubber color base. So I'm going to just pop my foils down straight on top of that cured first coat of RB23. So I have the Floral Mix Foils, and we're going to be using the Kiki London foil gel to apply those. I do always like to have the Kiki London Silicone Tool to hand as well, as this does make application a little bit easier, especially when you're working over a built nail. So these nails, where they have a built-in apex underneath them, that's partly the reason why I like to have a layer of rubber color base underneath them as well, because it helps with the structure. But because they have that built apex in them, sometimes you'll get creases in your foils, so the silicone tool is brilliant for edging out those creases. So we're going to apply a thin coat of our foil gel. I'm just going to do one now. I did my thumb slightly different to the fingers because I wanted to test how the design would look, but I've done one coat of foil gel, we've cured that, and then we're going to place down our foils. So I'm pressing my foil into that tacky layer that the foil gel leaves behind. It leaves behind a super tacky layer once it's cured, so I like to press it down first of all with my thumb, give it a good rub, and then you can see there's a few creases, so I gently edge these out using the silicone tool. I find this way you don't disturb the foil too much or damage any of the image. And then I kind of just alternate between using my thumb and fingers, giving it a rub, a press, and then slowly we'll peel that back. Now we're going to go on and add a second floral here down near the cuticle area. So when I'm using these sort of pattern printed floral foils, or any kind of foils where there's lots of different images on the foil, it's not like a full cover image, I'll try to cut out a small section of the foil that's got the image that I want on it, but then you also want to make sure that you have got a bit of overhang to grab onto. So here, for example, I've cut out 2 flowers even though I'm only using one, just so I've got something to grab onto. And if you don't end up sticking any part of that second flower down, you can save that and use that in another nail design. So here, where we're working over that curved apex area, you want to spend a little bit more time rubbing with your silicone tool to get out any creases, and I always peel back slowly so that if any of the image hasn't transferred, I can lay that foil back down. It's going to be in the correct place, and then you can give it another rub. If you get any parts of the foil transferring that you don't want, so I did have a small part of that other flower transfer, you can just wipe this off using a little bit of alcohol and a nail art brush. So we've got our foils applied. I'm now going to come in and encapsulate these in another layer of RB23 to start creating that milk bath look. So I don't want this now to end up too thick and bulky, which is a little bit tricky where you're working already on top of a built press-on nail. So I'm going to come in and do 2 thin coats of this. I did 2 coats because although it did look quite milky with 1 coat, I just wanted to create more of that hidden look for the milk bath effect on this design. On the other nails, I do go in between the 2 layers that we encapsulate the foils with some gold leaf stamping as well, and I really liked how that looked. So again, with the rubber colour base application, I'm going to come in and use my bottle brush to predominantly apply most of that product. But then when it comes to working around that cuticle and sidewall area, I'm going to use the stripe liner brush. When you're working with layers as well, doing this with the stripe liner brush helps keep your cuticle area nice and thin because you're not applying loads of product there. You're able to use the stripe liner brush to just apply a small amount, which gives you a lot more control over your application as well. I did then go in with a little bit of alcohol and clean up around the cuticle area before popping this in to cure for 30 seconds. Now, depending on your personal preference, the look or the design you're going with, 1 coat of this could be enough. Like it's going to depend on what you're embedding, how vibrant your foils are. The Kiki London foils are very vibrant, which is brilliant, but if you're wanting to create a milk bath look and wanting to soften them a little bit more, I recommend coming in with 2 coats. I have done this look with the milky base coats, so for a classic milk bath look, a very long time ago. Like I think we're probably talking like 2 years ago, but I think I did it, I've done it twice I think on the channel, and I think once was with decals and once was with actual encapsulated dried flowers. So it was fun to give it a go with not only foils but with that lilac milky base as well. So as you can see, once we've done that second coat of the rubber color base, it did make it look a lot more milky. It made those flowers look a lot more sunken, which I really loved. So we're going to move on to the rest of the nails. So I'm going to come in, apply my thin coat of foil gel into the entire nail. Even though we're not applying a full cover foil, at the time of applying my foil gel, I'm not 100% sure of my foil placement, so I want to make sure that that foil gel is covering the entire nail, so that if I do have any florals that are coming off the edge of the nail or right up close to the cuticle area, I know that I've got my foil gel applied there. I do also as well find that applying the foil gel to the entire nail makes the overall nail look a lot more even when it comes to top coating. So I always apply my foils to the entire nail, keeping it nice and thin. It does have a lovely thin consistency, and a little bit goes a long way. If you apply it too thickly, you might notice that it ripples when it comes to curing. So if you get any rippling issues, like when it cures and it comes out of the lamp and you can kind of see like a wavy bumpy effect to it, it means you've applied your foil gel too thickly. So make sure you're going in and applying it nice and thin. Like I said, it does have a super tacky layer, so it will grab hold of that foil straight away. So I do like to make sure when I'm trying to work out where to position my foils that I'm very careful not to place them down too close to the nail, because it will grab on. Again, if you're struggling to apply your foil gel neatly around that cuticle area, you can come in and do this with your stripe liner brush as well. I like to cut my foils down to a small piece, 1 because I don't want to get loads of wastage, and 2, you don't need too big of an area to hold on to. You just want to make sure that you've got some space to grab them. So as you can see, I've cut another part of that foil out, and I always save the little extras because I will find nail designs to use them in. Then we're going to go in, giving it a really good press and rub. As you can see, I'm really rubbing that in. I do feel as though the warmth from using your thumb and fingers helps make them transfer easily, so I never usually just stick to just using the silicone tool. I feel as though the silicone tool's main use is to really ease out those creases and get a flawless application. So we've finished applying those to the remaining 2 nails. So now that we've got all of our foils applied, we're going to start creating that milk bath look. And as I mentioned, I'm going to do it slightly different on the fingernails. So I'm coming in and applying my RB23 1 coat to all of the nails. I really love the different color purples available in the Floral Mix Foils. That was a bit of a mouthful. There are so many colors, as you can see, but if you grab the purple ones, there are so many different purples just on that sheet. I absolutely love purple, so I think it's great if you are wanting to create a design like this, because it means that not every nail is going to look the same, because you've got lots of different florals and colors in that purple color group to choose from. So I went for a bit of a mix. Some have got a bit more of a blue tone, some have got a bit more of a pink tone, and I really loved how it turned out. So we're going to apply that first coat, or sorry, it's actually the second coat, because obviously we've got our first coat, then we've got our foils, so our second coat effectively of RB23 to start creating that hidden milk bath look. And I really love creating layered nail designs, so I was going to come in with some green leafy decals because I felt as though that would make it look a little bit more realistic, but then I wanted to add a hint of gold because I really love lilac and gold together at the moment. I think it's such a beautiful combination, so I decided to go for stamping instead. And I was going to stamp on after we do the second coat of RB23, but I thought it would be good to create a bit more dimension, so having that sandwiched between the two encapsulation layers. So we've done our second coat of RB23, cured that on all of the nails, and then we're going to go in and add on our gold stamping. And I just went for a different little leaf on each nail. I didn't want to add too much because I didn't want to draw too much attention away from the florals because they are underneath, so they're already going to be softened a little bit more than what the stamping is going to be. So I didn't want to add too much stamping in, so we're just going to do one leaf on each nail. Now, one thing I absolutely love when you are stamping over the rubber base coats, the rubber base coats leave behind a really nice inhibition layer after curing. They have like quite a nice tack, so when it comes to doing your stamping, the tacky layer really grabs hold of your image, so you don't have as much stress when you're stamping to work fast, if that makes sense, because the tacky layer that's left behind from the rubber base really grabs the image off your stamper anyway and gives you like a really nice clean stamp. So that's something to bear in mind. If you're struggling with stamping, give it a go over the top of a rubber base color. I feel as though it just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm flying through here, as you can see, doing the stamping. I always clean my plates using the Kiki London alcohol wipes. I'm going to go in, apply some stamping polish, scrape the excess to fill the image. I then, with a quick flick of my wrist, pick up that image on my stamper, and then I'm just using a lint-free roller thing to remove any excess image, and then you're able to stamp your design down. Now for the fun part, we're going to come in with our next coat of RB23, and as you can see, it's going to soften the look of those florals a little bit more and then give a milky look over that gold stamping polish, which I absolutely loved. Please do ignore how dry my cuticles are. I'm sure it's applying sun cream to my children. It is really drying out my skin, and then I've been doing lots of different bits and bobs on my natural nails at the moment. That's why I decided to apply press-ons over the top of these, but I do come in at the end of the video, like I do most videos when I am doing my own nails, and use the K&S Woody Rose hand lotion, and this is my savior. I've actually just ordered another bottle to keep inside my house because my nail room is slightly separate to my house, and I have one bottle on my nail desk. I need another bottle for my house because I use so much of the hand lotion. It is so amazing. And if you use it in conjunction with the K&S scrubs, it honestly softens your skin to a whole nother level. But anyway, back to the nails. We've finished off applying our next coat of RB23. So we're going to pop this in to cure for 30 seconds. And then how dreamy do these look? I'm absolutely loving wearing these. So we're going to come in now and finish off with the crystal top coat. We've got lots of strengthening properties added using the layers of rubber base, so I wanted to reach for a top coat that has a more thinner consistency because I don't need any strengthening properties from the top coat, if that makes sense. So I went for the crystal top coat today. It offers a beautiful high shine, so I'm going to apply a thin coat of this to all of the nails. If I was maybe doing this nail design on natural nails, I might opt for the rubber top coat just to add on that extra layer of encapsulation. We're going to pop this in to cure for 60 seconds, and then this is the finished result. I thought they looked super cute, and they were a really fun way to do milk bath nails, but a little bit easier than encapsulating actual dried flowers. I'm then going to take the Kiki London Sweet Peach Cuticle Oil, drop a generous amount of this on to all of the nails, and then I'm kind of going to just like half rub it in rather than fully massage it in, because I'm then going to swap to the K&S hand lotion, drop a small amount of this onto my hand, and then this is going to pick up all of that excess cuticle oil and help distribute this over all of the skin, which just leaves you smelling and feeling amazing. I love how soft this leaves the skin. And then that takes us to the end of today's video. If you did enjoy this video, please do give the video a thumbs up, hit that subscription button if you haven't already, and I shall see you all again in next week's video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.